Hi. We're doing a draw with me. Okay, so at the beginning of the month, I wanted to do a Black History Month. Something, even if it wasn't specifically a Black History Month video, I wanted to just do something to commemorate it. Because, you know, and because I have like clear plans for some later points in the year. But anytime I plan to do anything for Black History Month, it just kind of doesn't work out because I don't like how my drawings are coming out, or I don't get a chance to do what I planned. And this year's just going to be another one of those years. I will plan to attempt something next year, but figured I should maybe use this draw with me session to try, despite how it's been going already. But I'll figure it out. Even if I don't do anything that kind of feels like it has anything to do with Black History Month, I need to start drawing every day to get the kicks out, because like I explained in my last video that had anything to do with me drawing, I have been on the struggle bus, and it's time to start making plans to get off that bus. I'm gonna leave that one at that. Doesn't look terrible. Definitely looks better than when I tried to do this yesterday. How do we go up from here? Let's see. I was going back and forth about how I was going to go about this first draw with me session. At first I was thinking I should explain the schedule I had set up for myself for the umpteenth time, or try to draw something that the algorithm would like, or just keep it silent with music. But I don't think I should do that because I'm already using game music that I'm not sure if it's gonna bite me in the butt later. So instead of that, I guess I will just explain. I don't really have everything else that I would want to talk about. I'm trying to save for later videos. So this week was originally supposed to be the third sketchbook redraw video. I never really got deep into doing all the work needed for that video because the next redraw was going to be a much bigger undertaking compared to the first two that I did, because of course it is. And then the two after that still aren't necessarily going to be easy, especially with how I have to sort of reintroduce myself to drawing. So what winded up happening was I was working on my other videos that I have planned to come out at the end of the month, which did not take any drawing out of me, any need to draw out of me, and I refused to touch this one. So now that's getting pushed to next month. I will make sure it gets done next month because we have a lot of ground to cover, and I would like for the series to not take 5 years, maybe 3, but not 5. And I think anyone watching who watched my very first video would appreciate the third part of the sketchbook redraw. So it's gonna get done. It just didn't happen when I planned for it. So that's why we're doing a draw with me now. Something that technically shouldn't take me a whole lot of editing to do. And I should be able to get it out on time to justify, doing it. And maybe I'll get a short out of it if I actually draw something that I like. And this is also a result of me coming to terms with the scale of the projects I'm giving myself. Drawing with me will probably wind up, like, specifically just doing this, just getting things on paper, will probably wind up being its own series in itself, because I have a lot of big ideas that take big time, and I don't really have a big time right now. So I should have more chill ideas, like just turning the camera on and sketching. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. and actually have to look at my schedule again. I don't know if I'm going to be Yep, I gotta look at that. The first maybe 2 weeks of March will just be shorts, probably, potentially, depending on how things go. I have another music related video planned that's going to take a lot of editing to do, and it is a certain somebody's birthday coming up, and as much as I would like to get an actual video out on the day of their birthday, it's just not gonna happen. So that'll also just have to come later in the month. I shouldn't be avoiding hands, but I am going to avoid hands. Figure out, I need a different phone holder ring light thing. Sorry for any shaking of the camera. I will say that I do struggle with being in the mood to draw in general. Not just because I'm tired because of work and munchkins, but because of, I guess I don't feel like I have a place to draw. Like, growing up, I would just sit and draw in my room, in my bed or on the floor, but mainly in my bed. We had a bunk bed. I had the top bunk. I kept pretty much whatever I could reasonably keep up there, I kept up there, so that included my drawing stuff, a lot of books that I had, and by a lot I mean the few books that I had because I did not read. I was not a reader. My video games, I kept them all in my bed. I had them all organized. I'm not very tall, so I never grew to a height where that would get in the way of me sleeping or I would mess it up. So, but then, you know, you get older, you move out, and I just had a hard time feeling the same kind of comfort, and I guess that also comes with having more responsibility and being more active, but it has been a struggle for me to just be in a state where I can just relax and let the juices flow and just draw. My friend Jim asked me yesterday, for those of you who didn't watch my Love in Deep Space video, Jim is one of my friends. She asked me if I'd be doing any sketchbook tours. The answer is yes, just not anytime soon, most likely. I would have to do a lot of editing around certain things. There's a very common theme of nudity and darkness in certain books, and in others my real name, and I'm not trying to give that out. So it would just be a matter of when I would feel like looking at all that. And I didn't want to start doing sketchbook tours until I at least had a finished sketchbook from, like, specifically from the channel. It just wasn't something I was planning on doing so soon, but they will come eventually. How should I do the hands? How the hands? Why are hands so difficult? It's about to just leave it like this. Can't keep shortcutting it. It's just gonna have to look a little bit wonky. Something else I've always felt like I've struggled with is fashion. I have never felt confident in my ability to create outfits. In real life, I can do that. Totally. I can totally put an outfit together. I just don't have money to do anything crazy, but I like fashion. Drawing fashion, I can't. For some reason, my brain cannot think up anything that feels like, I guess, original or that stands out. Like, I'm not Tetsuya Nomura and I can put my characters in some leather and belt straps and it look cool, you know? Because I'm not even gonna think to do the leather and bootstrap and belt buckles, and if I do think to do that, I'm not gonna do it properly. It's just not me. Maybe I'll have a fashion-centered video at some point to do some practice. It's not even like I might just have to do like a shopping spree with the sole purpose of looking for clothes that I feel like my characters would wear and then try to do mock-ups. And go about it that way. I don't know, just when it comes to clothes, it's just not in my wheelhouse of creativity for some reason. Which is very kind of a huge part of character design, so I really do need to fix that. Like, I'm more likely to hit you with a like a more solid and simple design than anything from like the clothing that the girls in Winx wear. And the clothing that the girls in Winx wear is sort of what I would like to go for. So yeah, freckles. You get freckles. Do I bother? Do I leave it alone? I apologize for all the background noise. I'm actually filming at a decent time this go around. That's even if I keep this part in. I could always just edit this part out. Yeah, I'm filming at a relatively decent time this time. Leave it flat. Don't leave it flat. And you would think, because I like brats, so you would think that maybe I would have had that, just having Bratz dolls and all that would have rubbed something off on me, but it's just not. My brain just doesn't compute. Kind of like Korean. I listened to only K-pop for a large portion of my time in high school and middle school. I listened to only K-pop for a very large period of my life, and I never picked up on any of the Korean. And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, why did I not? Because I know you can't just learn a language from just listening to the music, but it's the fact that I picked up on nothing. Absolutely nothing. I watched a little bit of K-dramas, and I quite literally retained nothing. I know this is what the page is looking like so far. Again, sorry if the camera's shaking a lot. Don't try my best here. But yeah, I picked up on absolutely nothing. I know sarang. Oh god. What do I know? I know annyeong. I know sarang. I know oppa. I know nothing. I picked up on absolutely nothing. Dinner's ready. That's how early I'm recording. I have to go eat. But I think I'm gonna try to get one more drawing in. I'm gonna try to get one more drawing in. freaking AI crap, everything is AI modified. Just in here trying to find a reference so I know how many earring pieces are in this girl's ear, and I just AI modified image, AI modified image, AI modified image. And it's like, how do I know if the AI, whatever it is that they're using the AI for on the image, isn't adding like earrings that aren't actually there, you know? Not gonna lie. This didn't come out like bad. I don't think anyway. Definitely could have came out better. But I'm also out of time by the weekend. Just add some bit strands here. Color in her eyebrows. I'm gonna skip the hair jewelry solely because I'm out of time. But it's Rumi. I did it. I drew Rumi for the algorithm. Yay. I don't think it came out bad. This definitely went better than when I tried doing this earlier. Nothing too crazy. Not a whole lot of iPad out of the shot. Nothing too crazy. But definitely progress was made. I guess I should. Inspired by Sailor Saturn. Just warming up. I guess this will be our Black History Month rep. I don't know. Maybe I'll try again a different day, but. And then Rumi, specifically when she was confronting Celine at the tree. Specifically that. Alright. Well, I did it. I drew. You should draw too. Thank you for joining me in the Hollow. Like the video and leave a comment so you let me know how you enjoyed your visit. Be sure to subscribe so to continue to receive invitations to the Hollow, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. If I never knew you, if I never felt this love, I would have no inkling of how precious life can be. And if I never held you, I would the missing part of me. In this world so full of fear, full of rage and lies, I can see the truth so clear in your eyes, so dry your eyes. I could live my whole life through, lost forever, if I never knew you. Somehow we'd make the whole world right. I never knew that fear and hate could be so strong. All that left us were these whispers in the night. But somehow my heart is saying we were right. For if I never knew you, if I never felt this love, I would have no inkling of how precious life can be.